Hello, beloved. Welcome. This will be your message from the divine. This will be your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those keen or interested, I do offer personal readings. If you want to book me for a personal reading, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. Without further ado, let us tap into this energy. Let us tap into this reading. Let us tap into this message here. So I'm channeling an energy of a man who is entertaining other people or another person by way of flirting or flirtatious conversations or just sexual intercourse. And whoever this person is that they're doing this with, or these people are, take it out applies, take it out resonates for your world, life, and reality, based on what you already know or what you're aware of, what you've heard and seen. The women in this man's life know about you. They know about you in a way of seeing you as the one who he truly wants to be with. Okay, they see you as the woman that he dreams of, he wishes for, he imagines life with, he fantasizes about. And they still stay in this man's life, or she still stays in this man's life nonetheless, okay? So this is a man that wants some form of outcome based on having, a dream life with you, living beyond what other people get to experience, or doing things beyond what the average person knows of life, right? So if, in the 10 of Cups, it's like doing the unspeakable or the unimaginable or the unthinkable, and just that being who you are, that being your world, that being your reality, your life, and that's just your energy, and you keep living like that. So this is the type of reality, this is the type of truth that this man wants out of this connection, okay? They want this bond, okay? They want you and them to lose yourselves in one another, okay? How this man is planning to do this man wants to use dark sexual energy or dark sexual arousal, because here we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this man wants to tap into your sexual aura, or they want to expose you and them to sexual debauchery or indulgence, right? This man wants you and them to experience that type of reality in bondage. They want that cord or a tie, a soul cord, a soul tie or bondage, right? They want an entrapment, they want to keep you stuck. This man is someone you don't want, is what I'm seeing in the energy. Like, you don't want this man. Like, they disgust you, or you rejected them, or you're repulsed, or they're not your type or in your league. Like, whatever reason, you don't want to be with them. But this man doesn't want to accept that truth. They want this situation to be exactly what they want it to be regardless. Because with this Four of Pentacles reversed here, this man doesn't want to, it's like you are being disobedient is how he feels and thinks about it. It's not about what you feel and think. It's about what he needs and wants out of the connection. So hence he's looking at this as disobedience. You not wanting him, you not wanting to be in this connection, you not seeing a relationship, you not wanting a future, you not being interested or keen at all, or you basically being passive about the whole situation because of what it means to you, or it's pointless in your eyes. But to him, like, it brings a lot of anger, it brings a lot of resentment, a lot of like madness or insanity, or that's where he's being driven. He's being driven to that extent, okay? I'm channeling a message I did a few days ago based on an ex wanting to return to someone's life, or a rejected person that doesn't want to get the picture or get the point. But nonetheless, this is the energy here. This man is so like delusional, you know. It's like really alarming. It's something to be concerned about, because with the strength to the Queen of Wands reversed here, this seems to me like the type of man that's willing to invade or interfere in your boundaries without you having a say so, or without you having help. Like, this is somebody who's willing to abruptly harm you or cause you trauma, you know, or abruptly put you in a situation of wanting to be left alone by every other man because of what they're putting you through or what they want to do with you. Like, this is a man that's capable of sexual crime or predatory energy. He, you know, like a very heavily perverted, like spirited man. Because the strengths of the Queen of Wands reversed is like taking a woman's soul, you know, because the Queen of Wands is like the energy within womanhood that makes you confident, or you have your self-worth, you have your self-esteem, you know, you have your own element of your own power. So if he takes that away by way of trauma to your own womanhood, which is what he wants to do, he sees that as a way in. You know, breaking you is a way in. So he wants to break you to make an entrance. That's who he wants to be, the one that broke you, or the one that broke your womanhood. Stop being confident, because the Queen of Wands upright, that's the kind of woman that every woman within themselves aspires to be, right? Like, you look at her and you're like, whoa, like, I have work to do within myself as a woman, as another woman, seeing this other woman. There's something within me that I see, you know, I need to work on. And it can be looked at in the light or shadow aspect, because it can be the type of woman that makes other women very jealous, envious, hateful, if those women are not of love within themselves, if they're just hateful spirits, or if they just lost souls. But nonetheless, this man wants to put you in that energy. He wants to take you out of being who you already are in your womanhood and disrupt that frequency. So this man wants to change the relationship you have with the mirror, therefore changing the relationship you have with yourself as you reflect or address or assess your identity. Now you're starting to feel differently about who you are. Now you're starting to think differently about who you are. Like, whoever this man is has some form of spiritual, like, like sickness, like something that can't be healed. It can only be maintained, or it can only be medicated, or like they can be like remedies or coping mechanisms or systems of identity that he can attach himself to, like ways of being that can help him stay on like course, like not be insane, not fall into his own like rabbit hole of insanity. Because you're dealing with the man that, like, to him it's this entitlement where you don't even need to have a voice of your own. You know, you don't even need to have thoughts of your own or emotions of your own. It's disrespectful or something that shouldn't even exist, you know? Like he wants you begging, you know, for his sexual, like, nature. You know, when you build that bond that he forces onto you, and then now you're codependent on it. And now it's a part of your vitality or your nutrition or your DNA. Like he needs you in that vibration. He needs you to be like that. So that says a lot about his character as to how he perceives his own wand. You know, I did see the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Wands coming out here in the reverse. It's like an abused or battered woman, like mentally, emotionally, sexually, physically, financially. We have the Eight of Pentacles here to the Three of Swords. So everything that works for you right now, let's say you're the type of woman that loves to do this and doesn't like to do that. You know, you have your likes, your dislikes, and all of a sudden there's this masculine energy that enters your body, your temple, your vessel, and interrupts that, you know, and now you don't know who you are because of his DNA and what it did, because he's ejaculating with those intentions inside of you. Now you feel the way you feel, but you think it's you, and it's not. It's what he did, right? It's like a ritual. You know, that's what sexual intercourse is. It's a ritual between however many people, you know, are in the connection, but nonetheless, that's what it is. So this man wants bondage. He doesn't want like a mutual bondage. He wants a forced soul tie of a bondage. Even if he has to, you know, RAPE, even if he has to like do the utmost traumatic things to your body to earn this position, you know, in your womanhood, that's what he'll do. This man is so like, he's a foe, like he's phony, he's fake, right? He appears a certain way by way of a reputation that he might have, or a status quo, or a caliber, an image, right? He has something that he utilizes and forms a weapon against every woman, right? So they fall victim to whatever false identity or pretenses or act that he puts on. And it always goes down the rabbit hole of sexual intercourse, because that's what, you know, breaks the woman or the womanhood. That's the way in. And he knows that. This is like really dark and sick energy. You know, he wants you to be the type of woman, you know, that bitter, angry, you know, aggressive, unkind, unfriendly, just purely mean, you know, because your womanhood is now tempered with and unhealed because of whatever violation was done unto you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, using sexual energy. That's what he wants. That's where he wants to take it, or that's what he feels and thinks needs to be done for the type or breed or kind of a person in your womanhood that you are. You know, you're somebody that you know yourself, you've discovered yourself, and you keep figuring yourself out. He wants to stop you from that. Like all of a sudden there's a blockage and you can no longer really see past what he's done, and you live life like that. You know, an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. There's women that are 10 years out of a relationship by way of time, but mentally and emotionally they're still right there because of whatever is keeping them in bondage. You know, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, but there's something there that whoever they were in a connection with, they took something. And whatever sexual intercourse level of a ritual they had determines what was taken and if it can come back, if you can come back as that woman that you know yourself to be. Because the wand can take you, you know, the staff of a man, the wand of a man, the word of a man, it can take you, and whatever it takes from you, it's either it elevates you and evolves you, or it kills you, it unalives you, you know, death energy. So every relationship that anyone walks into, it's either you walk into a coffin or you walk into rebirth. So, you know, yeah, you need to get away from whoever this is. And the problem is, or the issue is, or the trouble is, you don't want this man. It's not that you're not getting away from him by your choice. You need to set boundaries. You need to, whether it's a protection order or restraining order or alerting people around you, or, you know, making sure that this man knows nothing about your whereabouts or who you are around, so that he can create a mutual connection with those people or that person to gain access to you. Because the Five of Swords is like relentless, almost like out of your mind. Like you'll get what you want regardless of who's affected and how they feel about it. So a very insane man, like a madness of a man or nymph. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. You'd think a man in this energy would be embarrassed or ashamed or even humiliated about who they are within themselves, but they suffer from some form of narcissism or this complacent, stagnant belief of themselves. Like they don't want to change their ways of being because of where it has led them or what it has got for them. Because the reason they're so adamant or they're walking this path towards you with such a guaranteed win or outcome is because there's women that have lost themselves within their sexual energy. So they know what they're doing is what they feel and think. Like, oh, I've done this before. Or there's a woman right now that doesn't know who she is because of what I did or what I took, right? Now you no longer see life as what you used to see it as, when you used to be in love with the idea or ideology or perception or viewpoint of relationships and love and family and commitment, long-term foundation, marriage, whatever. Now that's utterly destroyed and ruined, and you're just Jezebel, and now there's nothing left because he took everything that you had. And now whatever he put in you, whatever he left in you when there was the sexual intercourse ritual, that's the bondage. It's in your womanhood. Now it's in your DNA. Like, it's in you. It's you now. He wants to, make you regret being the woman that you were to begin with. When it's like, now you're not in balance. Now you just void and empty. Now you didn't get to name. You're just like you Jezebel. Like, there's no other way to put it. You Jezebel. So he wants to morph you into Jezebel, which tells me that, you are high vibrational, because 89% of womanhood energy resides in Jezebel, because that's what they've become. And over time, who knows what's gonna happen, but that's the energy here. So back to the other woman in this man's life that he keeps around, and they know about you, knowing the truth being that he wants you and is using them. Those women are planning something. Yeah, there's a plan here. We have the Page of Pentacles. Like, there's some form of motive or strategy or plot or scheme against you. Something to hurt you, harm you, traumatize you, or unalive you, okay? Because of this man. To them, they see him as an emperor, even though he's not. We have the emperor reverse. They see him as a king of all kings, because that's what an emperor is. But really, he's not. He's not even who he says he is to himself. So how can he be something like that? That's delusional. So these women, they're out of their own element for not being able to see that. Because as women, we can identify things like that in men, easily, if we know who we are. If a man is not a real man, you can see it if you're a real woman, simply put. So these are not real women, or this is not a real woman. If it's one person that this man is keeping around, or plenty, or few, and take it out resonates, take it out applies. But for your world, life, and reality, based on what you already know, what you've heard, what you've seen, what you feel, intuitively, it's like they want to do something that leaves you in a position where you just like a gone girl, like you no longer around, So all these women do black magic. So all these women do black magic. What I'm seeing because we have the Magician to the Three of Cups here. This man is see, that's the thing when, like, men are, like, in their head about themselves or in their heart about themselves. They miss the picture because they go by what the woman feeds them. Because at the end of the day, you might take what you take from the woman, but they're the ones that gave it to you. So being given that could have been a plan. Like, yes, you can take me, or, that's my form of controlling you as the man, to enable you to believe that you've taken me, and me living like that. Women can take it there, like, all the time. Um, these are the types of women that are like that, or this is the type of woman that is like that. Like, they've allowed this man to believe that. And it is true. But the fact that they do black magic unto this man makes him cursed. Not because they're doing it, but because he's allowing it. Like, there's things they do during sexual intercourse, not by way of a ceremony or ritual, but like words that they speak, and like things they manifest with the words, or what they call upon. You know, they call upon certain dark deities, or they make offerings to entities. They manifest and call upon evil spirits, you know, and they obviously become possessed, and that's what makes them cursed, or jinxed, or hexed, you know. But that's the energy here. It's easy, you know, in retrospect, to be possessed, because we're breathing in air, and who knows what air another person is breathing in. It could be a spirit, it could be an entity, it could be a deity, it could be an idol, it could be any type of air, but it's an element that they're in. Like, it's in their vessel, it's in their temple, it's in their body. Because imagine chanting something over and over again under the moon, under the sun, and harnessing and harvesting and siphoning that energy. What happens then? What remains? Like, because you're inviting something. It's like an invitation to whatever demon or demonic force, you know. So this man, there's something he's hiding. Because yes, they're doing this, and they're looking at him as powerful because he can take it, and it's this thrill, it's this adrenaline, it's just this whole thing that they have going on. But the truth is, whatever's possessed this man is obsessed with you, and is using the power of these women to call you unto him. So when you see him, you must see the power he has over these women, or this woman, and that's where you see power in him, because you're like, oh my goodness, like, you're this person, but like, yeah. It's like the type of verbiage you use, or the types of words you can like construct by way of who you are, in your vibration, in your element, in your womanhood. There's things that an alpha woman can say, and only an alpha woman, because they're an alpha woman. And there's things that a peasant woman, or Jezebel, simply put, can say, because they're a Jezebel, and that's the only words that they can speak, because that's who they are. Nothing can come from a different source because of what's within them, you know. So this man wants to make you take your words back, like be a different woman. All of a sudden you insecure, and you're looking at him for approval, but not just by way of what he can say, but like what happens when, you know, you're in the bedroom. Simply put, he wants you to be a sexual fiend, like just feed all the time and just be this demon, you know. But it's not him, it's what he allowed inside of him. That's what it wants to bring out of you, because you and this man are on two different paradigms, or two different planes, or two different realities. You don't vibrate in the same frequency. Like, he wants to take you out of that light. He wants to take your light. That's what he wants to steal from your womanhood. Or that's rather what he wants to rob you of, your light. This is something he's been planning for a while with this Knight of Pentacles, like slow and steady, like pacing himself. Like, it's very serious, it's very deep, it's dark, like it's sad, it's sadistic and sinister. Like being away from you right now is like he's punishing himself because he deserves every power you have and control. And like he's gonna earn it because he deserves it after he breaks you. And after everything that he wants and envisions and imagines, in his perspective and viewpoint, after it's all accomplished, all of this will be worth it. This man knows about the league or the reputation that you have, or the caliber, the status quo, the image that you have. There's women that get spoken about with utmost respect and like just this atmosphere that they bring with their presence or just their name. And then there's women that men just laugh at, or they don't even talk about them because there's nothing to talk about. They're seen as just empty because of what they allow in their own womanhood. And the other woman that is not in that vibration is almost like a threat, something to be intimidated by, or competition, not because that's what it is, but because that's what they need to believe, these women, in order to cope with being as jealous as they are, or as envious as they are, or as hateful as they are. They need to project that evil eye, like, yeah, I can take on this person. The fact that I even, took it there with the way they being seen, because if they're respected by everybody and there's this one woman that doesn't want to bow down, that means they're going to get the attention. Like, that's how Jezebel thinks. Like, it's stupid. Queen of Pentacles here. It's like out of balance. Like, how can you want to take another woman out of their own power for yourself to have power? So you're trying to say they don't have power because you don't want them to have that power you wanted for yourself. So what? Huh? Oh, you're not powerful. You're not this. You're not that. But really, inside of you, you want to be that person. Like, how sick is that? Like, that's really delusional. And most women are like that. They'll hate another woman for just their hair looking better. Even if it's just on that one day. The next time they see that woman, it's on sight. There's just evil eye. There's just negativity. There's just, like, who has time for that? Like, what are you feeding? Are you good, sis? Honey, sweetie? What's good? Step your cookie up, honey, because no, we have the temperance reverse. Like, you can't be that out of balance. You can't be that out of your body that you are in everyone else's body, or their skin, or their eyes, their complexion. What? That's weird. You're that out of your body? Because truly, women like that only get hated because they love themselves. And the other woman, Jezebel, can't identify love. That's not what they are. That's not what's in there. And it happens because Jezebel only becomes Jezebel once they get a specific wand that doesn't stay. Once there's that wood, that staff, that man that leaves, and whatever you were feeding yourself with that energy of him sexually, whatever you made yourself believe and construct in your little mind, honey, or your dark little heart, and now you Jezebel, because when you were having your little ritual with this man, and whatever it made you feel and think, and you wanted to bottle that up and make sure it never goes away, it doesn't mean it was mutual, and it doesn't mean it was real. That's why when you have that with someone, make sure you are real within yourself so that it doesn't take from you what you can't get back. Because now you hate on the man. No, you hate what you left there. You invited that. You said, you make me feel like this. You make me think like this. And now, when you see him, you see what you left. That's why they be crazy. They left what they left. And it took their presence off the mind. Now, there's nothing there. Now it's like when you see him, you want to be jealous and envious and hateful. No, honey. You can't take steak. It took you. Eight of Swords reversed. Like, what you talking about? There's nothing in you now. He sucked you dry. Like, because there's different, it's like, there's different types of wands or wood or stick or staffs, right? There's the incubus, there's the succubus, there's the vampire. It's spiritual. That's what the ritual is. It's a spiritual experience. So if you're not intact, if you're not in your body and you're in his, because you're like, no, if he doesn't look at me like this, I gotta make sure my hair looks different tomorrow, because they don't get that look. Because that's what you feed from. His eyes, honey. Now every girl he looks at is a problem. It's not a problem. You get it? It's what you want to feed from. And what if it's not your meal alone? Matter of fact, what if he's not even yours? Then now you want to be Jezebel. They say like sexual intercourse is a woman's game, P-U-S-S-Y power. No. Because the reason P-U-S-S-Y is as popular and demand as it is in the world is because of what gets in it. It wouldn't be what it is without the power of what supposedly happens when it happens with the man. And then you'll say, no, men are this. No, honey, you just mad. You bitter. You angry, sis. You ain't right in the mind. You unhealed. Get help. If there's something wrong, if you're triggered right now, get help. Stop being like that. You're not helping anybody, even yourself. You're manifesting that energy. Now every man, you're going to think about that man's eyes that took what they took from you, because that's where your value lies. Because that's how he looked at you, and you based your value off of his eyes. So if he doesn't look at you like that, you don't value yourself. Something's wrong with you. Your hair, your nails, your body needs to be. You know what I'm saying? And now every man is, now it's like, no. Because you're afraid of the eyes. And you can go do witchcraft or black magic or voodoo to maintain your spirit in your body because of what it keeps taking. Whatever wand, whatever staff, wood, stick, it takes nonetheless. Whether you go do what you do, honey, you're only doing it because you want that. They rule us. Like, let's just be truthful. Because all we do is carry what they put in us. It's what they gave. We are receiving as womanhood. And if you're an alpha, you get what I'm saying. You're not triggered. You're excited because you know that your womanhood is as sacred as it is. And you know what's up for yourself. You know what you live. It doesn't take you. You just receive. The only reason it takes you is because there's nothing in you already. If you're already gone, if you're already, because I hate, you know what I hate? You know what I hate about Jezebel? I hate the fact that amongst other women, that woman will say, oh, screw him. I'm this, I'm that. You know, there's a difference between womanhood empowerment and just delusion. I'm this, I'm that. Like, and then when they with the man, behind closed doors and the other women are not there, they give it up. Like no one's business. Because it really be no one's business. And they make what they make of it when they get outside. Because they more concerned about the appearances after what they've done. Because they know what they left behind. So they can't make it about these women or this woman in this man's life. How can they make it about you that they live what they live? Like, you live that. So now, whatever you live, it doesn't mean it was mutual. Who says he meant it? And you can hate him all you want. He didn't say leave yourself there. Did he? Men are this, men are that. No, honey, stop leaving yourself there. Maybe when you come back to yourself, you'll feel differently and think differently about life. And stop being so concerned about what men are and what men are not. What are you? What do you keep leaving? Honey, find yourself. Find your way back. Get back in your body. Get back in your mind. Honey, go get your heart. Because, beloved, now you got to be worried about some low-vibing women that lift themselves. You can tell when a woman doesn't leave her body. She just receives. Because she's still her, even after the ritual. There's women that don't leave themselves. You ever seen, like, social experiment, right? An analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. Like, you ever seen like a woman in a public setting, as soon as a man walks in, now they're like, they leave themselves. They leave. You walked out the house thinking, like, you already knew how you looked. You looked in the mirror. Now, all of a sudden, when the wine is in the room, the stick has arrived. The staff is here. The wood it's hardened. Now you don't know who you are. And you keep up appearances by telling us that you do, by bashing him. When he can make another you, like today. There'll be another you today, a same bitter woman, as angry, but not at anyone but themselves. You're just projecting it because that's where you lift yourself. Huh? Yeah, these women do black magic. Like, this type of black magic is like when he sees us. Or this woman, take it out resonates, right? Take it out applies for your world, life, and reality. When he sees us, when he sees me, he must just like, no, honey, that's how you are towards him. You just want it to be reciprocated. The truth is, it was never mutual and your feelings are hurt. And you went and did black magic. You went ahead and you tied and bound and chanted and burned just because you want it to be the same. Not because you're powerful doing it. You left your power right there. You're trying to get it back. Talking about you want control. No. It's either you have it or you don't. And if you don't, where is it? Who asked you to leave it, honey? Who said give it up like that? Now you want to do black magic? They want you to be like sad and miserable and depressed, and now all of a sudden you're like, no, like you feel their energy or her energy in this man as if you want him. See, that's the thing with these women. Who says I want your nigga? Who says I want bro? Who says I care about dude because he's looking me up or he's thinking and feeling me? Who says it's mutual? See, it be like that with the men too. They be getting delusional also because of whatever they leave. Everybody leaves their body. Everybody goes away. It's either you're an alpha or you're not. And if you're not, that means you haven't worked on yourself. And when you haven't worked on yourself, you easily lose your identity because you base it off of the external. There's nothing internal. What's inside is based on what's outside. Or if I don't get that, there's this that's gonna happen. I don't know what be wrong with y'all. Because now you doing black magic. They doing black magic trying to get you to like stay away from. You don't want this. You don't want this man. Like, how many times they gonna do this black magic? They use all types of things. They use his hair, they take everything in hopes that it will keep him in bondage to them or to her. Like, stay with me. Leave her. That's where the delusion comes in. Because who says you care? They must have really taken you, honey. You must really be gone. Now beloved, you can't even leave your house without certain women projecting evil eye every time. No. I don't want my man to see you. I don't want my crush to meet you. I don't want you to end up in this neighborhood, in this area. Why? What is it that you see in me that you lack in yourself? Why don't you get inspired instead, honey, sweetie? Why don't you get inspired? Yeah, like, why don't you get inspired? Why don't you at least be like, oh, I see a blueprint, let me follow it? Why? That's just sad. Oh my God. Because the whole point of this black magic is to destroy every woman that comes into contact with this man, right? So when they see this man, because everyone has an aura, everybody has an energetic sphere, everybody has a signature of their own identity. Like when they walk into a room, there's something they bring by way of what they possess in them. So if they feel, she feels like if they leave their own energy and aura and signature bound to this man, every other woman will run the other way because they can sense it. And now they don't trust this man. Now it's like, no, something's off. Now you try and be with this man, but you're always arguing. There's always something. That's the whole point of the black magic, is to just disrupt the frequency. So if you and somebody were meant to be together and there's this magic involved and it disrupts that frequency, it's disrupting what you and them can be once your energy and his energy comes together, or once the auras merge. So it's disrupting that because there's another person that's not meant to be there involved, and whatever they are sending is interrupting. That's the interference. So that's what's being done here. But this is so redundant, it's so weird, it's so odd, it's so peculiar because you're not even here. Like the Empress isn't here. Like the Queen isn't here, the Empress isn't here. The only Queen here is the Queen of Wands reversed, a bitter, angry woman, and the Queen of Pentacles. That's how you showing up as the one they talk about. Because the Queen of Pentacles has a reputation. They have a caliber, they have an image, they have a status quo, they have a seat, you know, a throne, they wear a crown, they're somebody important or somebody worthy of respect, somebody of integrity, morals, dignity, values, ethics, traditions. Obviously, they're going to be somebody to be spoken about. But you're not here. I'm not feeling the Empress energy here. Like, you're not here. They worried about this man coming towards you because he wants you. That's how far gone women are within their delusion. You're not even concerned about the fact that the other woman doesn't want him because you're already intimidated by the fact that he wants her. That alone is driving you crazy as the Jezebel. Like, no, the fact that you're even looking, feeling and thinking about this person, even if they don't want you, I want something to happen to her. That's just mad. Mad, you must be kidding. These are women that they worried that you're gonna give this man a real experience of what a woman is and he'll never look back. That's the only problem here. That's why they're doing black magic, Ace of Cups. Oh, he will be exposed to real womanhood power, real womanhood energy, and lose who he used to be in her. Rebirth, not a coffin. Now you are evolved. You're a new man. You're not an unalive one. You know? So they're afraid that you'll give him power in his manhood because they want to weaken the man by surrendering themselves to him. Well, she wants to do that, right? Oh, like if I give it up all the way, I'll be all up in there. So that every other woman will have to measure up to the same level of giving it up. No. If you give it up like that, that's where you leave yourself. Another woman doesn't have to do what you have to do for them to be anything, because who says it's mutual? Back to that. Is he in love with you? Or is it just like fantasy, honey? Is it imagination? Down the rabbit hole you go. Be honest, Jezebel. Say it. Like, is it though? Because honestly, if you're afraid of, beloved, if they're afraid of you, let's subtract the fact that you don't want this man. They're afraid of you showing him what a real woman is. Not just because we women, we know. Like, we know. If you're a real woman, you don't need to do anything really. Like, it happens on its own. But they have to go do black magic. She has to go do black magic to even be looked at. Anyways, if you're keen or interested in booking me for reading, a personal reading, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. This was your message from the divine. This was your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me. See you soon, beloved. Goodbye.